Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
Don't you love it when things are both easier and more affordable? Like when the rain washes your car for you. Or like when you save up to 10% by bundling your renters and auto insurance with USAA. Bundle with USAA and start saving. Get a quote today.
I think you're on mute.
Workday starting to sound the same?
I think you're on mute.
Find something that sounds better for your career on LinkedIn. With LinkedIn Job Collections, you can browse curated collections by relevant industries and benefits, like flex PTO or hybrid workplaces, so you can find the right job for you. Get started at linkedin.com/jobs. Finding where you fit. LinkedIn knows how.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to High School Hoops with your hosts, Steve Collins and Jake Steger.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to High School Hoops. Very excited you decided to join us today. Before we jump in, I'd just like to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. Make sure you go over and check them out. If you've bought one recently, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Love to hear that maybe we had a little bit to do with that. And also mention High School Hoops or Coach Unplugged, and they'll give you $350 off your next purchase. So today I'm going to talk about becoming a better basketball coach, becoming a winning basketball coach. I think I think back to the beginning of my career, and I'm going to tell you a story about that and just first of all becoming a better basketball coach, how I was able to do that, how I was able to become one of the winningest coaches, and definitely in Wisconsin over the last probably 20 years if you look at the amount of state tournament runs. But not saying that to brag, just saying that to tell you that it is possible for you to become that type of basketball coach. So I think back, I got this, and the reason I thought of doing this podcast today was, I don't know, 23, 24 years ago when I became a head coach. This was about the time I got the job. It was about 5 or 6 weeks before the beginning of the season. The current coach became an assistant principal, and it was not a winning basketball program. It was not a program that had been super successful. I think they had six winning seasons in like 37 years or 40 years or something like that, something crazy. And I was the only applicant, and had just gotten married in July, and so we're like newlyweds 2 or 3 months into our marriage, and this opportunity opened up. And I was young and thought, oh God, I got this, no problem. And was kind of thrown into the wolves a little bit, was thrown into the, I thought I knew things, and you never know until you know. I thought I knew some stuff and wasn't able to become the coach I wanted to become in that short little period. Obviously 6 weeks and boom, you get thrown into a team. Gosh, I'm trying to think. We had 3 or 4 seniors in that group, and anyway, I think we were 7-14. Never forget that record, 7-14. And we struggled. And I remember sitting in that locker room with my assistant coach, and we lost in the tournament. We were playing better basketball by the end of the season, but I first of all wanted to become a better basketball coach. And 20 plus years ago, that was going to clinics, getting videos. But I remember sitting in that locker room with Bruce and going, I can't do this. I can't do this. And we were I think we were in lacrosse. We were about 2 hours away from, we were about 2.5 hours away from Madison. And I remember leaving that locker room with his arm around me and thinking, I can't go through 7-14 seasons. And on the way back, we came up with a plan. We came up with a plan about how we could all become better basketball coaches. I think that was the fall that we went to Memphis, and I got to experience Beale Street. And but it was that ride probably changed my coaching career. That ride probably allowed me to be more centered. That allowed me to figure out the things that I needed to become a better basketball coach, and to become a winning basketball program. I had to spend time. I had to find mentors. I had to find people. One of the mentors I found was the hockey coach. You know, there are things that we do and they had won like, I don't even know, or Wisconsin, they had won like 6 of 10 state titles. And I just wanted to talk to people that had won. I wanted to find mentors. I wanted to find things that would allow me to become a better basketball coach. And it was harder back then. It was definitely harder back then to become a better basketball coach because there weren't the resources. Now, I think we've gotten so many resources. It was, and fast forwarding, we've, I don't even remember how many collegiate athletes I've coached, but I think 10 or 12 professional basketball players, a couple NBA guys. So fast forward to about 4 or 5 years ago, and there's so much information out there. There's YouTube, there's these online clinics, there's, Twitter, there's Facebook. We run 2 of the bigger Facebook groups in the world. Basketball, actually, the 2 largest basketball coaching Facebook groups are ours. Just type in coaching basketball or basketball coaches, and that's us. I think there's 30,000 people in those 2 Facebook groups, but and they're great. Don't get me wrong, they are awesome, and there's a lot of community. And I post a question, I'll get 40 responses, and those are all really great things to become better basketball coaches. But what I found 4 or 5 years ago, and this is my undiagnosed adult ADHD, is there's almost too much information. You have to narrow it. You have to find your mentors. You have to find something that's going to allow you. And for everyone, that's a little bit different. For me, part of it's journaling. For me, part of it's the morning cup of coffee and to contemplate. If you saw my office right now, there's 2 huge computers and lots of distractions, but I think it's really important to do that. And this is not meant to be a sales pitch, but that's the reason I started teachhoops.com. I wanted to mentor young coaches. I think Sunday I spent, I think I had 8 phone calls on Sunday, just dealing with coaches, talking to them all around the country. That's why I started teachhoops.com, to help coaches through this. And to be honest with you, I'm going to be honest, I'm not 100% confident that our season's going to happen the way it's normally happened. I'm going to have more time to be the mentor, to be the basketball coach, to help you become the basketball coach you want to be. So I just wanted to do that, just kind of give that journey of kind of my basketball coaching journey, kind of how I ended up how I became a better basketball coach, how I started my winning program. And I want to be able to share that with you over at teachhoops.com. I'm going to tell you, in the next, prices are as low as they're going to be right now. There's a 14-day free trial. You can go over and kick around the, you can definitely go kick the tires. This is going up on the 14th around lunchtime. We have office hours tonight, and then a couple of weeks we'll have office hours again, where coaches are just going to drop in and we're going to talk basketball, and we do one-on-one calls. We have more resources. We have a roadmap, which you've probably seen somewhere on the web, to kind of walk you through this great journey we call basketball. Because the great thing is it's cyclical, right? You have preseason, you have the season, you have the end of the season, you have postseason, you have off season. So it's pretty cyclical. But let me, come over and join. First of all, if you don't like it after 14 days, you can cancel. But I don't think you will. Our cancellation rate's pretty small because I think people really love it. I think you're going to love the community. I think you're going to love how to become a better basketball coach, and that's all we're going to do. This is a tease, but we're going to have something special, especially if I don't have a season this year. for coaches. We're going to limit it. It's going to be pretty awesome, but that's just a little tease. Anyway, so go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. I do not think you'll be disappointed. It is the one-stop shop for basketball coaches. And I understand there's lots of resources out there, but I would put my resume and I would put my experiences against anyone's, in the sense that there are great things out there, but some of them are college coaches. They don't experience what I experience on a daily basis. They don't experience the building of relationships and the X's and O's and the parents and the preseason meeting and all those kind of things. They think they might, and they haven't done it for 30 plus years. They haven't seen the changes. They haven't seen the changes that are going to come. So come over and check us out at teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Have a great week. And Jake and I will be back on here next week. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.